Now is the time to bench Cade Klubnik. You're not having an episode. You don't need to clean out your ears. Now is the time to bench Cade Klubnik. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Welcome to the channel. I'm Brian. I'm glad you're here. This is a beautiful Tuesday, November the 19th. It's just getting closer and closer to that time of year where you have a good time with the family that you love, and then you end up seeing the family that you don't want to see. You know what I'm talking about. And I ran into somebody who says, I don't do that. And it's like, and you're the family they don't want to see. So anyway, I'm glad you're here. I hope that you will hit the subscribe button. It is free. The channel is really growing, and I appreciate it. So I am going to dive into this immediately. I am serious. Clemson should bench Cade Klubnik right now, because Clemson is playing Citadel this Saturday in Death Valley. 3:30 on the CW. So right after the rerun of Gossip Girl, right after, you know, some cooking show by some guy who's so British you can't understand a word he says. Say, scallions. All I got out of that was say, scallions. That's it. I have a terrible British impression. One of my really good friends is from the London area, and he told me I have the worst British accent impression he's ever heard in his life, and he's right. I sound like a confused pirate. But anyway, Clemson will play this week against Citadel, and there is no reason for Cade Klubnik to step on the field. And I have the comment section turned off to where I can't see it. But I am telling you, I know that a lot of people are already going, hey, that's going to mess with his continuity. Folks, if he has to play against Citadel to have continuity, we have bigger problems than continuity. You're like, why do you say this? Jordan Travis played against North Alabama, if my memory serves me correct, last year. He got injured. Who knew that in that game, not only would the season become a turd for Florida State, that it would, I know he wasn't going to play this year, but I believe it heavily affected this season. Though a lot of people wants to believe otherwise, I just see what happened to Florida State. Nobody even remembers that season last year because they know how it ended. They know how weird it got. And then this year, Clemson is no longer elite. In fact, let me tell you this. I'll finish that sentence. They're no longer elite, so they can't afford to lose a guy like Cade Klubnik. They can't afford to lose him. No offense to Vizina. No one really believes that Vizina, he could beat Citadel. He will not beat South Carolina. Sorry. And South Carolina is next week. They are one of the hottest teams in the country. It makes me sick to have to admit that. But right now, South Carolina is currently better than Clemson. Not by talent, but as a whole. They're on fire. You're like, are you a Carolina fan? Nope, I live with one. I've watched them play almost every flipping game. In fact, the night that they tore up Texas A&M in Columbia, I mean beat the trash out of them, was the same night that Clemson looked like they were old people, mentally confused, mainly the coaching staff. On the offensive side of the football, especially on the offensive side of the football. I know West didn't have a good night either, but we had that quadcast thing with YouTube TV going on. And so I had to, my son and I are watching it together, my oldest. He's watching his team destroy A&M, and I'm watching Clemson get manhandled in Death Valley at night by a team at that point who had lost 3 ball games. Not a bad football team, but not a great football team. By the way, they just lost to Stanford, loss number 4. We cannot afford for Cade Klubnik to go out against the Citadel and get hurt. And if I'm seem edgy about it, you have a really good intuition. I am edgy about it. We need everybody on all cylinders going against South Carolina. And to go out there and be worried. If anybody, by the way, if anybody's like, well, Cade, we don't want to hurt his numbers because there's no Heisman chance for him, folks. There's no Heisman chance for him, so go ahead and get rid of that. Have you seen who he would be going up against for the Heisman? It's ridiculous. Travis Hunter? Ashton Jeanty? Gabriel out at Oregon? It's not happening. Protect Cade Klubnik. Protect him. You don't have to have him to beat Citadel. Put them away and then start getting the starters out as fast as possible. You need all hands on deck against South Carolina. And if you play Cade Klubnik and he gets Jordan Travis, I don't want to hear it from anybody about, well, you know, you just can't bench your players against. Listen, folks, I'm going to do another video right after this, and I am going to complain about the Clemson fans because I started reading some stuff that is bothering me. And Clemson fans have already waved the white flag. You got your 2 national championships 6 and 8 years ago, and I am reading stuff from from Clemson fans. I don't know why I said national fans. I'm so worked up I can't think. And they've already waved the white flag. Well, it was good. We had a good run. Can't expect it. So there's no expectation anymore. What a loser mentality. I'm going to talk about that later. You need to bench Cade Klubnik and protect him because a healthy Cade Klubnik is one of our only hopes to beat the Chickens. So you may not like that. You may disagree with me. That is totally fine. That's okay. I've had a lot of you totally disagree with me and had to come back and tell me you were right again. God, I hate it. I know. Get into the comments section. Say hello to a few people. And then I'm getting out here. I'm going to do another video right after this talking about the loser mentality that has infiltrated the Clemson fan nation community thingy. I'm going to talk about that. Hey, what did I miss? Oh, now I see what you mean. I was like, here we go again. Bro gets off on bashing Clemson. Hey, my friend, I tell the truth, and then y'all are all surprised when history. I mean, all you have to do is watch football for a long period of time. You can see this coming. Yeah, I agree. Let the second and third stringers play. I say bench most of the starters. Yep. I'm with you on not being sold on Riley. Any recommendations on who you would like to see as a coordinator? I'm still thinking about that one. Ashcroft, exactly. He should at least get to slinging around for a half. He's going to need that confidence builder for Gamecocks defense, so undoubtedly pressure him. If you want to play him in the first quarter, fantastic, still gamble. But, you know, if he needs to have his confidence built at this time of the year, we've got a problem. And I think that's a big problem. Let me see. He's going to need to be fresh for the SCD, front four and corners. Hate to even have this come out of my mouth. Sack count will up near double digits. I'm afraid so. You best believe Sellers and Rocket will only play on about 2 series on Saturday also, or 2. Yeah, Sellers looks unbelievable. Sellers was throwing the ball so flipping high at the beginning of the year. They replaced him with Robbie Ashford. Robbie Ashford came in, and he wasn't great, but he wasn't terrible. And they brought Sellers back in. I think when they took those goggles off of him and put contacts in him, I don't know, got eye surgery. I don't keep up with everything that he does. Sellers is a beast, folks. Sellers is a beast. 6'3", 230, 240. I hate it. I hate it. What's up, man? Kick out Bobby Durkins Jr. He ain't welcome here no more. I'm not doing that because we pay a coach $11 million per year. It's $11.5 million per year. But obviously we need to change, but you think, no, I do not want us to bench Cade Klubnik for the season. I'm saying against Citadel. I want him healthy for South Carolina. Folks, y'all take care of yourself. I'm going to do another video, and I'm going to talk about the loser mentality that has infected, like a disease, Clemson fans. And they're okay about it. They're okay. Well, I'm going to get into that in just a second. Hope you'll subscribe. Y'all take care of yourself. I'll see you in a few after I create the thumbnail. All right. As always, go Tigers.